Story time. Why I stopped hitchhiking. But I'm also going to throw in why did my friend stop hitchhiking. Didn't happen at the same time, but we both had similar situations experience that made us stop. Now, what happened was I was in Hutchinson and I was with family, blood family, and I decided to come back home to this town. So I was hitchhiking. And I get picked up by this guy that seemed really friendly. And I, was chit-chatting with him. And so I started talking about hitchhiking because he asked me, what have you done in the past, as far as hitchhiking? And so I told him that I hitchhiked to California and that it took me 3.5 days to get there. And so the story that I told you is what I told him. And that took time to tell because I told even more details than I told in the video. But he started to interrupt me and it was weird. This is exactly what he said, okay? I'm sitting there talking about, getting up there. I got to that part where I was up there on the beach and all that. And he goes, well, did you see any of those California faggots? Is what he said. And I ignored that and just continued to talk. But he said it again, a little louder and a more aggressive. And so I said, well, I had never heard of someone saying it like that. You know what I mean? To me, that's rude. But this guy's giving me a ride. So I didn't want to, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I was young and I just get a little nervous, you know what I'm saying? And he asked that question. I'm going well, I guess there was probably some that were there that were gay. I don't know. I didn't ask. No one told me anything like that. It was a really odd question to ask. And so I started continuing my talk, and then he goes well, did you let any of those faggots touch you? That's what he said. Now this time I didn't continue to go. I was sitting there thinking, what is going on? Why is this guy so concentrating on gay people? And why would he ask that question? And so I go no, I didn't let anybody touch me at all. I was busy trying to survive and where was I going to find my next meal and stuff? And so he just kept going onto that part. So I'm thinking in my mind, man, I got to get out of this car because I had a bad feeling the way he was getting aggressive, the way he was looking at me. I thought the guy wanted to, I don't know, hurt me, maybe rape me. I don't know. I was getting that impression. And so I thought about opening the door and jumping out, but those little signs that were on the road, the little poles, I thought, chances are I'm going to roll and I'm going to hit one of those. And that's probably going to mess me up worse than whatever this guy's going to do me, unless he kills me. I really didn't know what to do, guys, really. So I started thinking in my head, I remember reading books, psychology books, back when I was in a group home about rape victims. If you play along on what's going on, sometimes they'll let you survive. I know it's a bad thing, it really is. I mean, someone raping you, but sometimes they kill you after they rape you. And so if you just go along and don't say nothing and just let it happen, they'll let you live. In this case, I decided to let the guy think that I was going to be hitchhiking back through in a couple days, because in fact that was my plan. But this guy had already convinced me I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm done. So I made him think I was going to come back through. I said, hey, why don't you give me your number and all that, and I can call you up and maybe we can hang out for a little bit and all that. And his demeanor changed completely. He was happy and it just changed. And so he gave me his number. He gave me a pack of cigarettes and he let me out. And as soon as he drove away, I ripped up the paper and I was done. I was it. I never hitchhiked ever again. So I do feel that he was going to do something. The point that he changed and was friendly afterwards, I convinced him that, hey, this is a perfect setup. He's going to come back through, and whatever I'm going to do, I'll do when I get him coming back through. But anyway, Jeremy's was worse. Okay, Jeremy got picked up by a truck driver. They were getting high, and he said that he was concentrating on the white line in the middle of the road, and all of a sudden he could feel his hand being pulled over. And when he looked, the guy had his penis out, and his hand was just almost on it. And so he said he pulled him over. He went like this, and he pulled the truck driver over to his side of the vehicle. Jeremy was very strong. Anyway, then the guy goes, well, you either do it or get out. And Jeremy, he's the kind of person that's always, devious, joking, even when things are really serious. He goes, well, how much farther will you take me if I do it? And then the guy told him, and he goes, let me out now. And the guy let him out, and that was it. After that, we both started doing where we just ride bicycle, like a 10 speed from here to there, wherever we need to go. But anyway, both of us had a similar experience, except for his was worse, in my opinion, because the guy did not touch me. And he didn't pull out his penis, you know what I mean? But, yeah, Jeremy said that was just really freaky. I said, well, mine was too. This guy just wouldn't stop about the gay stuff. And the way he was saying it was just so rude. And he started getting aggressive in his voice. I knew something was up. I knew it. But I tricked him into thinking I was him coming back through. Because I didn't know what else to do. All right, there, my story. That's the reason why we both stopped hitchhiking. You guys have a good one. Take care. And God bless.